Imagine that you are studying for an exam like crazy, like literally crazy. And at the end of the day, you still fail and you don't understand why or what to do next or how to be better. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a very special video for me because I've only failed 2 exams in my entire life, and both times it hit me like a train. And I was not feeling good. And I had to do the RESIT both times. I think the first time I literally had to do 2 resits, and the second time I only had even 1 chance. So it was crazy stressful. I passed both times. So this is why I thought I would bring you this video just to see how you can study for a RESIT. The first thing that I do, and this is one of the hardest things that you have to do, and that's why I think that a lot of people skip this part, is when you receive the grade and it says failed, do not study for a couple of days if you can allow it. If you can allow it, don't even open the book. Because when I failed second time and I was like, I'm gonna study immediately, I couldn't even understand what I was reading. It wasn't hard to understand like the sentences, it was hard to understand the whole subject as a whole. So I was reading and I was like, I don't understand this, I don't get it. And then I realized I needed time because my emotions were so high, my emotions were so consuming me, that I was feeling like I should not be studying immediately because I was mad, I was crying, I was disappointed, I was stressed, I was nervous. How am I gonna study? Take a couple of days, do something else, study for something else, read something else, move your body, but do not open that book. And if you have time, because the first time I think I had to do a RESIT in the same month, and the second time I failed the exam in March and I had to do the RESIT in July. So the second time I had way more time to kind of grieve my exam. Even if you don't have a lot of time, I wouldn't say start immediately, but at least take a couple of hours or a day to not open that book. The second thing is that go and see your failed exam if possible. Because when I checked my second exam, I realized that I could have passed. Like, my exam was very bad because I couldn't really understand the first couple of questions, and because of that I started stress like immediately. So the whole exam I messed up because I was in a stress place, because I couldn't answer the first 3 questions immediately, and the exam was built from like easy to hard questions. So imagine when I couldn't even answer the easy ones, my brain just got freeze, it got blocked. So the entire exam, I was looking at the RESIT and I was like, why did I choose this answer? Like, I was literally sitting at the exam check, and then I was like, oh, but here's answer is A. And I put B. And on the key, it was A. And I was like, why did I do that? Because I was so stressed, because my brain was under this, oh my gosh, you don't know the first 2 questions, which are supposed to be the easiest one, you will not know anything else. So check the RESIT, because then you will see what you missed. If you have, for example, questions like multiple choice questions and an essay, were the problems the multiple choice questions or the essay? If it's the multiple choice, try to come up with a different strategy. Try to understand the topics that were revolving around the multiple choice and study them again. Was it more the essay? Was it your grammar? Was it your structure? Or was it actually the topic again? And if the topic, what was the topic? Try to understand what went wrong. And the second time you start studying for a RESIT, try to focus more on those topics. It makes no sense to sit down and study everything all over again, because if you've messed up certain topics, it's better to revise them more in more depth, and then the remaining topics you can just revise like on a surface level, I would say. So this is something that is really important if you have the chance to go to the RESIT. The third thing is try to remember that the second time is not your last time. And I know that when you only have 1 chance, because for the second exam I only had 1 chance, And I was like, it's now or never. But I really had to try not to think about it like that, because then you're already stressed, right? And the more you think that this is a now or never thing, the more stressed you're gonna become. That's like an additional 50% of stress, you know? So you are more than 100% stressed, which is insanely unhealthy. But you have to understand that it might be a now or never moment, but you cannot look at it like that. I also try to look at it like the first exam was a practice exam and the second is the real one, which also gave me stress because, yeah, but at least I knew that, okay, I know how the exam looks. I know what topics went wrong. I took some time to unwind. Now I can do it. And just really not to think about it as now or never. If you fail now, you are nobody, because everybody failed in their lives. Every single person that is now breathing has failed at least once. So it's normal, it's human. What is not human is acting like it's the end of the world. And I know that I also act like it's the end of the world, but it took me a lot of time to realize that it's a second chance. It's a second opportunity to study more. It's a second chance to understand the material more. It's a second chance to go even deeper in the study. And this is my fourth tip. Try not to study just to pass the exam. Try to really enjoy it, because the second time I was studying for the exam that I failed, I was like, oh, I didn't even know this. Oh, this is also brand new information. And I was like, how could I go to the first exam when half of the things that I learned the second time was brand new information? And then, of course, the second time I passed, I think, with a 70%. So it wasn't even like I just passed. It was 70%, which, of course, my goal was just to pass. But it was so refreshing to see that it wasn't just that I passed, because I went so much depth in what's the topic, what is it about, what did I miss, what are the things that actually interest me, because each subject has something that will interest you, and those are the things that you have to find. And just remember that failing is not the end of the world. If you cannot do it this year, you can do it next year. If you cannot do it this month, you can do it next month. And yeah, you might have to pay a bit more. Yeah, you might have to wait. But at the end of the day, if it's necessary for your degree or for your diploma or whatever you're doing, then you have to do it. So you might as well put more effort and more time in it now, literally right now, than, pay more and wait more and just hope for the future that once the exam will be easier. It won't be easier. You will become smarter. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comment down below and I will answer them. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel so you will not miss out on more videos. I will see you guys next Sunday. Have an amazing week. Bye bye.